Today, I got sent this book, even though it's not really a book, from Jypsi to do a review of. Let's get into it. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Brad's Bourbon Reviews. I'm Brad, and today, I'm very excited. A few weeks ago, I did a review of Jypsi whiskey, and I'll be fully transparent with you guys. I had no idea really anything about that bottle. I kind of got some feedback from friends that were like, hey, you should probably do some research before you do the bottles, which is totally fair. But my justification for that is I'm here to give my opinion on whether you should buy a bottle or not based on what the flavor is. But anyway, so I do the review of Jypsi, and I think an hour later, someone from Jypsi contacted me. I'm going to keep his name private because I don't know if it's something that should be said, but he knows who he is, and I thank you very, very much. And then, the video released on a Monday. It is now Friday night when I'm recording this video, literally the same week. So if you're watching this in the future, which is very likely that you are, this happened in the same week. And they sent me a sample of a higher end version of this, and they sent this book. And I opened it and I was like, cool that I got a book, but how am I supposed to review a book? Because they said they were sending a sample. And so I open and I start going through it, and the book is cut out. And this isn't 3 pages. This isn't a proper book cut out, and there's a whiskey bottle, a sample bottle on the inside. It's one of the coolest. No, it is the coolest way I've ever been sent a sample by a distillery. And there's a travel journal that says, as you begin your next whiskey Jypsi journey, we invite you to document your experience and tasting those below. And if you feel comfortable, please share them with us at press@whiskeyjypsi.com. I will absolutely be doing that. And seriously, thank you guys very much for sending me this sample. I think this is super, super cool, and I cannot wait to try this. So this is Jypsi Legacy Volume 2, The Alchemist. I'm actually, now that I know a little bit more about that Eric Church is involved, I'm not super surprised, because if you've ever seen the video that I did, the review of the Eric Church Jack Daniel's Single Barrel, I think it's one of the best Jack Daniel's products I have. He has clearly a good taste for whiskey, and apparently he's pretty involved in the company as well. So he has an affinity and is to some level a whiskey guy. So I think it's pretty cool that somebody that cares that much is doing something. All right, let's give it a nosing. Let's see how we feel. Ooh, I love the nose. Very caramel, very dark caramels. Some vanilla in there. Almost like vanilla bean. Not even a vanilla scent or anything like that. It's like vanilla bean, proper vanilla bean. I really like the nose. It's a little proofy on the nose, a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Nothing that's incinerating you when you go in. If I had to guess the proof of this just based on the nose, I'd probably say it's 117-ish. I might look. You know what? I can look it up. I don't think this is a unreleased whiskey yet. So this bottle retails for $200, or at least it's $200 on Reserve Bar. 114, close, very close. It smells really, really nice. There's a slight dustiness to this as well, and I really like that note on this. And that little bit of fruit coming in there too is really nice. Kind of reminds me of Twizzlers, actually, in a weird way. So fake strawberry kind of, but that's a super subdued note. It's not in there all the way. I really like the nose on this quite a bit. I think it smells really, really nice. All right, let's give it a mouthing. Let's see how we feel. Wow. That finish is so not what I was expecting. Let me try this one more time. I liked it. I like it, just for the record. It's good. So it starts with some caramels, and then it kind of fades into brown sugar, and then there is a pretty barrel tannin note that kind of goes in from out of that caramel into the barrel, and then into a really bitter note. And I think, all things considered, with how sweet it is and to how it kind of finishes a little tart, it actually works. There's almost a sweet tart note on this. Oh, no, it's not almost a sweet tart. That tastes like a fucking sweet tart. I can't taste anything else now. At first I was tasting caramel and vanilla and then some bitter, and then the second I connected that and made that note as sweet tarts, that works. That is surprisingly good. I don't think I've ever had a bourbon that tasted like this. Oh, here we go. Okay, I got the mash bill pulled up. So it's 60% 11-year-old corn whiskey from Tennessee, aged in charred American oak barrel. So I'm assuming that is Dickel. 36% 18-year-old Canadian rye, aged in ex-bourbon cask, segmented into thirds and finished for 6 more months in either port, Spanish vermouth, or sherry barrels. And then 4% is a 10-year-old Indian single malt, matured in India's high temperatures and humidity. Okay, as weird as that sounds, and how weird of a blend that is, that explains why I've never had anything that tasted like this. This is a pretty unique expression. That's really a lot of effort to get this blended. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to reach out to Jypsi, and I want to know how the hell they came up with doing all that for this, because I got to be honest with you, this is not something that is typically like a profile that if you described it to me and I had it, I'd be like, okay, that's not what I'm into. But the nerd in me reading this and seeing how much that they put into this to get to this is very interesting. Do I think this bottle is worth $200? I think it depends on if you can appreciate something like this. If you are just trying to get a solid bottle that you think you will like to have, and you just want something that's straight down the middle bourbon, this is not for you. If you are trying to find something that's a little more unique and a little more interesting, and I have some friends who are like into really weird and interesting things, this is going to be right up your alley. And it's interesting, and I think there is nothing like this that I've ever had before. And I think for that, I personally would say it's worth it. And in fact, if I saw this bottle sitting around, I think I'm going to buy it because it's very unique. This is something you can break out at a party with people who are whiskey dorks and kind of blow their mind, because I have never had anything like this before. It's so different, and it's good. Like, it's not bad different. It's just very different. I've had bad different before, and that's not good. Jypsi, I don't know if you guys know this when you would send things to me. Full disclosure, they did not expect a good review. They didn't even ask me for a review. They just asked me to send me a sample. So I like to keep open with my audience, and I would never take on somebody offering a sample for a positive review. I would never do that. Point blank, period. And with that being said, Jypsi, this is really good, and you got something pretty special and unique on your hands. I think this in the right hands with the right judges at certain whiskey and spirits festivals would do really, really well. But I could also see it not doing very well with some other people who are not as interested in different. I can't thank you enough for sending me this bottle and the book. I think it's so cool. I don't know if you've ever gotten sweet tart notes on the palate, but now you do. And I hope that that's okay. But it tastes just like sweet tarts to me. And it's keeping my mouth like salivating the entire time I've been talking. If you can find Jypsi Legacy, The Alchemist Legacy Volume 2, I would enthusiastically recommend you get this. That's it. That's the review. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it very, very much. I started a Patreon. If you're curious, you can head over to the link in the description and check that out. You can be a free member. You can be a paid member. There's tons of things and tons of options for you. Make sure you leave a like and comment down below. Let me know if this is on your radar, and if it's not, it should be. And do me a favor and subscribe as well. If we can hit 2,500 subscribers in the year 2024, I'm going to do a 3 allocated bottle giveaway, so make sure you do that. Thank you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, cheers. A big thank you to all the Patreon supporters you see on screen right now.